my life is like, it's like this. Like, it's not smooth as it looks when I post it. You know, like there's so much more in between. And I think that that's what a lot of people don't really even know about me, to be honest.
And I think with you being, like you said specifically, I create aesthetic content. When you hear that word, I create perfect content. Like I create what you would imagine in your brain, the dream. And so what is it like creating the most perfect setup, the most perfect result, while also going through a really, really tough time in your life, or something that might be a little bit hard to grapple with? Like, you guys are trying to conceive right now. And, you know, your son and all of those different things are not always aesthetic.
Aesthetic, right?
So what is that like?
So it's funny you say that, because that was the first time in my life where I felt like the aesthetic went out the window. And I was like, either my audience is gonna like me or they're not.
We're gonna find out today.
We're gonna find out, because I'm going through some real non-aesthetic stuff. Like my son just died in my garage, and I had to bring him back to life with my husband and pray that God was gonna keep him. After 2 weeks after I lost my brother. So how less aesthetic can it get? And I mean, you're talking about, this is the highlight of my career. Like, I'm getting 10 and 20 and 30 and 40 million views off of being aesthetic. And then I show you, oh my gosh, I'm going through this trauma with my son. So I kind of liked it. I think I don't like that my son went through that. That, because people can confuse that as well. And I feel like some people think, oh, she loves that happened to her kid because she can get views. But when he did go through cardiac arrest, it showed my audience that I am not always perfect. And plus, I'm not. Like, I come from the hood. Like, I come from the 330, Warren, Ohio, Youngstown. Like, I'm not from an aesthetic background. I'm very much so born and raised in a trailer. I'm very much so born and raised where my lights get cut off, and I've had to be on food stamps, and my mom never cooked because she was working too hard, so many jobs, you know? And, like, that is what another thing people don't know. Oh, you know, I'm not grateful for this. I'm grateful every single day. I wake up, I'm like, holy crap, I'm not on food stamps anymore. Holy crap, I'm not living in a single wide trailer with a bedroom the size of my bathroom. You know, like, those are different. Like, why not be proud of that?
It's like you go to therapy so you can be confident in your life. But if you're confident, people have issue with that.
When I shared my son, and I share when I'm trying to conceive, and I share all these things, then it's like, well, you know you have a life-threatening hyperemesis gravidarum disease. How dare you try to get pregnant? How dare you try to have another kid when your kid has heart condition? How dare you have another kid when your kid has speech therapy and speech problems, and you don't even care about the ones you have, so how dare you have more? Whose place is it to, that makes you not want to share anything? Why would I want to tell you anything about me? And as soon as I say, hey, I'm Brooke Ashley Hall, and my kid's suffering with a speech problem, and you use it and say, well, why would you want to have more kids? Like,
so why would I tell you any of my business?
Because you're just going to use it like, sling. So I'm like, okay. So it's like, okay, I'd rather you say, oh, all Brooke Ashley Hall has is her house, is her personality, because it hurts a lot less than you making fun of my children. You know? So, but yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like, people are going to say what they have to say.
Yeah, I think it's not okay. I'm saying it's okay that you get emotional, because to your point, everybody does see the Brooke Ashley Hall that is, you know, doing all the stuff, and they probably think, because they're saying all these things, it just rolls off. But this is a moment to show that it doesn't roll off. Like, this is a human being who is trying to conceive, who is a mother, who is trying to take care of her son who is sick, and you know, it's a lot.
And when you hear things like, sorry.